Hi, my name's Kate. This is Savannah. She's 3. And 6 months ago, in October of 2017, my husband got a new job and we moved from Las Vegas to Guam. So I live on an island in the South Pacific, and it's really pretty here. But there's no yarn stores. There's no Target. We have Kmart. And we do have 2 quilt stores, 1 scrapbooking store, and the nicest bead shop I've ever been in. Now, my husband and I came out here in August when all this started to look and check out the island, because the only thing I knew about Guam was it's a U.S. territory. And, it was like a working vacation. He's at work and checking things out, and I'm in a hotel room and walking around on the beach. Little did I know I was actually 2 blocks from where we'd be living. But I would Google, and it said there was a Ben Franklin here. Anytime I Googled craft stores on Guam. So I said, great. Went home, packed up our stuff, and we shipped 12 boxes, 2 of which was my yarn. And they said 2 weeks to get to Guam. Great. So we get here, and we're staying in a guest house until my husband found the condo we live in. And it didn't take 2 weeks for my stuff to get here. It took 6. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to Ben Franklin's. I'm going to buy just some kind of yarn. I have to do something because I was going crazy. Ben Franklin's closed. It went out of business. And
look at this clam, Mommy.
Mm-hmm. And there was nothing. So, I had a little bit of a meltdown.
See?
Because new place.
Open this
I knew nobody here. And finally, eventually, after we moved into our own place, I said, I'm going to the bead store. I got to find something to do. I go in there, and the owner is a great woman. I was telling her what I do. I saw that she had
pizza, Mommy.
Mm-hmm, I saw that she had knitting needles.
Pizza, Mommy.
And I asked if she had yarn. I know, go ahead. And she said, no, we don't have yarn. She tried to teach knitting classes before, but nobody on the island has the patience for it. And I said, because there's nothing here. We had that whole conversation. And she said, no, Ben Franklin's the store itself closed, the franchise, but the hardware store it's attached to kind of absorbed their stock. I've been walking around for like a month, just miserable because I didn't have any yarn here. And so we hot-footed it down there. Now, they only had worsted weight, red heart yarn, nothing too fancy, but I did buy some yarn and some a needle to make my new nephew a baby blanket. And that's what I did. And about 2 days after I finished that, my first order from Wool Warehouse showed up. And I've been thankfully knitting ever since. And luckily also, my father will go to Hobby Lobby, and he and his friends will send me anything I need if I need anything. So that has been amazing. He's my yarn dealer. And also, since I'm here, I've never ordered off of Etsy their yarn. Someone's crabby. So I ordered a couple skeins from them too. Different stores like Turtle Pearls, trench coat yarn. I made my husband some socks. But I figure from today forward, I'll do a little knitting vlog podcast. So this way, my aunt can show my grandma everything I've done. Because when I got here, I told her, I'm going to knit sun parasols. She goes, do you have a pattern? And I said, no, I don't. I'll just figure it out. But I've said that to her before, and then I just never figure out whatever it is that I'm telling her I'm going to knit. So I actually did. I found skeletons online at vinacavadesign.co.uk, and I started with Savannah's because it's smaller. And when we go walk the beach, we take the umbrella. I didn't write out the pattern for this one, but it's just a little, I used fishtail lace. It's just little, go real slow. Little tiny parasol for her. And then I used Curio crochet thread. No biggie. It's cotton. It's light. And then I need one too, Yeah. So this one I wrote the pattern out for. Hold on. And this one I posted on Ravelry. It's called In The Sun Parasol. And I use Curio from Knit Picks also. So, Grandma, look, I finished something I said I was going to. So, I figure from here on out, I'll just kind of keep a record of what I'm knitting and when, and my grandmother can watch it and see, and my mom, my aunt, anybody else who wants to watch. Let's tell a funny Savannah story. Yesterday, she decided that she's gonna kind of start saying this phrase, stinky winky. I don't know where she got it from. I ignored it. I didn't give her a reaction.
Stinky winky.
So she just, she stopped saying it until her brother came home. And he loved it.
Stinky winky.
So I just pushed the on button.
Winky.
So she just like she's doing now, nonstop. All afternoon, all evening. Her dad came home at 8:30. Said it to him nonstop. She finally went, laid down on my bed. She fell asleep, which isn't abnormal. And then, when it was time for Mommy to go to bed, I pick her up, I put her in her bed, I give her kisses, and she lays down, and then she turns and looks at me, and she smiles, and she just goes, stinky winky, and rolls over and goes to sleep, because she's silly, aren't you? And then, what did we start the other day? We're doing in gloss DK. Yes, I know. We're doing the Beachcomber shawl.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I got the yarn and the pattern off of Knit Picks, but it's on Ravelry too. And I'm using, let's see. I wanted to do the suggested yarn and colors, but they were back ordered, and I don't have time to wait. I'm not patient, but I'm using Flamingo, Tranquil, and then Cream. And it's really soft and squishy, and I think it's going to be really great. All them ends. Okay, let's put it back. So, and then I promised my husband the other day that I would not order yarn until I've made some room in my yarn vault. And after today, I won't. I have to do one more order because I need some needles. And you can't just order, 2 knitting needles. You gotta get some yarn with it too. It'll be lonely. So this one here is getting crabby. She wants to take a bath. Is that what you want? And I figured,
I want to take a bath.
she wants to take a bath. Put the video out. Me and my grandma will see my umbrellas. See what happens. And, maybe it'll keep me from starting a million things at once and actually finishing them. So, say thanks for watching. Bye. Say bye. Bye.
Bye.